Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you're at in this world, this universe. I just want to send shots out to you and say, welcome to my webinar. My name is Tony. You are here today because you want to know how to, wait, let's back it on up. Let's back it on up. Let's back it on up. All right, here we go. Here we go. Here we go. All right, we're starting at the wrong place. Okay. Anyways, things happen. We must adapt and overcome. Okay, good. Now we're ready to go. Thank you for your patience. Once again, my name is Tony. You're here today because you want to know how to overcome the challenges of the candidate experience. Okay. And what I would like to know is who you are. So if you would please tell me who you are, where you live, why you're here today. True story, real quick. This is one of my best clients. He's a multi-billionaire. He was faced with a challenge that he couldn't figure out completely. This challenge cost him sleepless nights, as he told me, because he couldn't pinpoint precisely why candidates weren't applying to his positions. And when they did, and when they would apply, they wouldn't complete the entire process. So I advised him on how to improve his candidate experience. Ultimately, he followed my recommendation, and I helped him overcome his challenge of the candidate experience. And all those tips I will cover today. This is what you're going to be learning today. I'm super excited to show you, but I need some energy in this room. If you're excited to change your life in the next 30 days, take action today. Write "I am ready" in the comment section. In the next 30 minutes, you're going to learn this, overcoming the challenge of the candidate experience. And so make sure you stay around. Hey, don't even think about leaving for the next 30 minutes because you don't want to miss my next tips. So let's go on to the slide. In the next 30 minutes, this is for anybody who owns a business or who is in charge of the hiring and retaining of employees and staff. This is for anyone who owns a business that's dedicated to healthcare, pharmaceuticals, biotechnology, life care management. Pretty much any company can duplicate this and benchmark this and blueprint this as part of their talent acquisition or talent management process. But this is also for anybody. If your calling is about helping patients and their families, this is for you. In the next 30 minutes, you're going to learn a little bit about the candidate experience, exactly what I advise my best client on. I'm going to tell you exactly what made him even more successful, and where it all starts. The job description. We're going to go over some tips about the job description, how to write that job description correctly. Okay, that's critical. That's what's attracting them. So we're going to talk about that. Moving on up as far as the application and the interview process after they apply to the job description, and then just kind of the process after that interview, application, all that good stuff. We're going to cover all that stuff in our webinar. But one thing before we get started, I always like, since we're on a webinar, I like a little engagement, a little bit of participation. So I got a joke for you, a nice little icebreaker. And it goes like this: What do computers eat? Actually, my 5-year-old son told me this joke on the way to it's kind of a trivia question or a joke on the way to school. What was it this morning? What do computers eat? What do computers eat? Anybody ready? Come on. I know somebody can give me the answer. All right, Dan. Oh man, you probably looked it up real quick. You probably just looked it up, or you heard me say it. Yes, microchips. That's what computers eat. Computers eat microchips. Anyways, just a little humor for you. I always like to, lighten the mood. But let's get back to business, because that's what it's all about. I'm a very busy person. I don't want to waste your time, nor do I want to waste mine or my, clients or anybody. So let's get back to business. My promise to you is a step-by-step strategy for shifting your candidate experience process to be more competitive. Does this sound like you? Business owners, CEO, president, executive officers, HR professionals, wearing a lot of hats. You know you want to spend more time recruiting, retaining, but there are so many things that you need to do. Managing the ads, the conversations, reaching out, trying to get qualified people in the door for interviews, orientations, paperwork. If you calculate man hours and ad costs specifically for recruiting and retaining, you know that you're spending more than about 70K to 100K per month. Let me get a little sip of my coffee. Everybody likes that coffee, you know? All right, good, good. Do you ever wonder if your company's candidate experience strategy done correctly would bring the company more profitability? The real problem is you're doing things the old way. And sometimes, old way could still be the good way, but there's a lot of innovative things, a lot of different strategies, technologies that are coming out nowadays that, can, bridge that gap between that old way or that conventional wisdom way. But sometimes the old school way may necessarily be the best way of doing things, but it's also good to implement some of the new technologies, the new school way of doing things in order to keep yourself, progressing forward and being competitive with your competitors. Okay. Good. When you have made the shift, you are less stressed, worried about losing candidates to your competition. Bingo. When you hire the right people to do the right job, your revenue goes up. Okay. Your recruiting mindset will change. You will see a big increase in performance, decrease in turnover. Your time and man hours spent on parts of recruiting process will decrease. Excuse me. And the frustration of recruiting and dealing with the unknown human element will decrease as well. The simple shift you need to make to get your recruiting under control, your time spent productively, and the ability to have more work-life balance in your life. Who couldn't benefit from, something like that? A little more work-life balance. We executives are always super busy, shakers and movers, trailblazers, life changers, dream makers. You know how it goes. I'm going to walk you through exactly how to make those shifts today. Who am I? Let me tell you exactly who I am. I'm Tony Barge, MBA graduate with emphasis in healthcare management. This is me right here. I'm the CEO of RNA Search Inc. I'm the author of 2 amazing books. I'm a talent acquisition nerd, or a talent, talent management guru. I'm a veteran advocate. This is when I was in the Marine Corps. Ooh, Ra Semper Fi for any veterans on the line, or any patriots of this great nation. I'm always a strong supporter of those folks, particularly because they support us military folks. I was in the Marine Corps. Semper Fidelis, always faithful. One of the core values they taught me in the Marine Corps was honor, courage, and commitment. And that's something that has really helped me in life. And it's critical at how it's been really monumental to the success in my life. I'm the father of 2 sons, AJ, Jaron, and there's my dog Sheba. She's on guard. She don't play no games. I'm telling you, she don't play no games. Don't come up in the house unannounced. Anyways, all right, let's go. And who is RNA Search Inc? RNA Search Inc is an international executive firm based in Beverly Hills, California. The firm brings over 35 years of experience, referral, relationships, and technology to uncover the best to fit in a company's needs. RNA Search Inc reflects high standards of professionalism throughout the recruiting process. The hard work has resulted in hundreds of successful permanent, temporary, and consulting placements. And recently, RNA has added a commercial financing division to the company as well. So we also have commercial financing advisors on staff. We do loans too as well. So we like to not only help our clients with staffing, with human capital, but also monetary capital as well, if they need that help as well to grow their business, especially if it's profitable. We want to be that one-stop shop. We are, as a matter of fact, and that's exactly what we're doing. So that's a little bit about RNA Search Inc. Let's get back to the discovering the shift, kind of the paradigm shift. This is kind of, symbolizing that. Just get a visual image. Are you tracking? Good, good. Let's continue. The key shift you must make in your recruiting thought process is in your activities to see better results. I'm going to walk you through them in this session. The candidate experience. 96% of respondents from Indeed Interactive responded that building relationships with candidates is vital, okay? 78% of candidates note that the overall candidate experience that they receive is an indicator of how a company values its people. These are the numbers. 70% of employers have invested or plan to invest more resources to improve the candidate experience in the next year. That's what the competition's doing. Organizations that invest in strong candidate experience improve their quality of hiring by 70%. That's a huge number. The candidate experience, 78% of employers feel that you do a good job setting expectations up front and communicating throughout the process, while only 47% of candidates say employers do a good job of setting expectations in terms of communication at the beginning or even at the potential hiring interaction. The candidate experience is of the utmost importance to both the candidate and the company for a very good reason. Candidates see that the overall experience is as the glimpse into the working for the company, which is the contribution, contributing reason as to why companies are investing more time and resources into this experience. Where it all starts, the job description. We're going to break it down, okay? Where it all starts, the job description. The job description is among the first item a candidate looks at when applying for a job. Therefore, the short list of the necessary requirements, overall responsibilities, daily duties play a large part into the first impression of the company. While 72% of hiring managers say that providing a clear job description, only 36% of the candidates say the same. 53% of job seekers want expectations clearly explained in the job description. So that's critical. That's a disconnect right there. You notice? Where are you tracking with me? It's important. Any questions? Well, we'll cover the questions at the end of the webinar. Where it all starts, the job description. When asked, what do you want to know more about your company? 66% of candidates answer culture and value. 51% answer perks and benefits, and 50% answered mission and vision. Okay, this is very important, people. It's what they're looking for. Within these statistics in mind, be sure to start your candidate experience off on the right foot with an accurate job description. Go above the typical by not only including expectations of the position, but also the company's information that show that so many candidates crave. Moving on up, the application and the interview. You have worked hard to fill the qualified candidate to bring them in for an interview. Don't lose them at this point. Continue to keep them interested in the position with a stress-free experience. 60% of job seekers have quit an application in the middle due to its length or complexity. 66% are more likely to have a positive experience if the employees make them feel comfortable when they interact with them, provide the candidate with a sense of, community in the workplace, give them, a bottle of water, while they're waiting in the lobby or something, or some chips or something, from the snack on. Among candidates with 1-star overall experience, 19% felt that their time was not respected during the interview or other appointments. So that's critical because we are dealing with very busy people. Got to respect people's time, even on the frontline people. I don't care how big you get, you can't call them lower level people, but the frontline people, you got to respect their time too. Even if you're an executive and you're big fish in the pond or whatever, you still got to respect even the little fishes. That's so critical because they want to see that. That's what keeps people, wanting to work for you and with you. Moving on up, the application and interview. 9% of candidates with 5-star experience said that they did not have a problem with recruiting disrespecting their personal time. That's only 9% though. Continue to keep your candidate experience in mind as you move through the process, the hiring process. The application and the interviews are 2 high stress moments for a candidate as they want to make the best first impression. For that reason, keep these process simple while also asking important questions. The follow-up interview allows you to identify the A players you want working for you, but don't ignore the rest. Take the opportunity to follow up every with each and every candidate that applies. Although they may not have been the perfect fit for one position, doesn't mean that they wouldn't shine in another. Got to diversify your chips. 60% of your candidates say better communication throughout and after the applicant process would make the most positive impact, while only 61% of employers say that they notify decline candidates about their decisions. 65% of job seekers say that they never or rarely receive notification of application status. So it's regardless, no matter if it's good news or bad news, it's so critical to get back to candidates, because that's your reputation. Good news travels and bad news travels faster. My grandma taught me that. The follow-up. Talent is 4 times more likely to consider your company for future opportunities when you offer them constructive feedback. See, the stats clearly show that the candidates oftentimes get left out in the dark. By following up with all candidates, you create a friendly and inviting candidate experience that encourages candidates to reapply at a later time. Majority of candidates, 73%, note that the job search process is one of the most stressful things in their life, as well as like moving and divorces. Identifying pain points in your process by asking, is this job description clear and accurate? How long does the application process take? Who will the candidate meet? Will they represent the company well? Was each and every candidate followed up with? Change candidates' minds on the job seeking process by making a simple and positive candidate experience. That's what it's about. Today, I promised to share the shift for a better candidate experience. So now you're less stressed and worried about losing employees or candidates to competition. When you have the right employee doing the right job, your revenue goes up. Your recruiting mindset will change. You will see a big increase in performance and decrease in turnover. And your time and man hours spent on part of recruiting process will decrease. The frustration of recruiting and dealing with the unknown human element will decrease. Are you tracking with me? Good, good, good. All right, what you need to win for recruiting: an attitude and willingness to get super productive with recruiting, a solid recruiting strategy, the ability to let go the upfront work and outsource that, the ability to invest in your recruiting to get the best results. Now you have a choice. You can say, hey, Tony, I appreciate everything. You taking the time out your busy day. I know you got other things you can be doing, training folks, meeting with clients, working with pre-existing clients to developing different, aspects. But right now you have a choice. You have a choice. Everything that I've taught you, it's totally up to you on whether or not you want to implement it. You want to put it in play. That's so critical now, nowadays, is being able to actually follow through, to make that decision and say, hey, now's the time. If I want to make a difference, if I want to accomplish my life purpose and life mission, and then if that's what you're about, then by all means, take the recommendations that I'm talking to you about. I'm showing and explaining to you because it works. I've advised multi-millionaire clients, billionaire clients when it comes to this stuff, and they put it into their business and they're thriving and surviving, and a lot of different things. They're very successful at what they do. So it's totally up to you. I can't, cram anything down your throat. That's just not my style. I'm cool, calm, and collective. I take the path of the least resistance. But most importantly, it's up to you. You can say, hey, Tony, go fly a kite in the middle of the rainforest somewhere. And I won't be mad at you. I won't be mad at you. But my job is, my life purpose is I'm in the business of saving lives, changing lives, and making a difference in many people's lives. And that's what we do here at RNA Search Inc. And I just want to say, hey, thank you for taking the time out your busy schedule to be on this webinar with me. We're going to also be doing questions at the end, and I'll be happy to answer any questions for you that you may have. I'm here to serve, definitely. How we can help. My team and I have set aside some time in the next week to speak with you personally about how you can apply this candidate experience strategy to your business starting today. The cost is free. Get in contact with us. We look forward to helping you. I'm going to be standing by and answering questions, so definitely. First question of the day. is Dan.